The lesson is called the Expansion Bridge. And it's an activity that gives kids a chance to work with each other, teaches them cooperative learning, gives them a chance to learn about geometry, measurements, estimations, budgeting, and that type of thing. And the idea is for the kids to construct a bridge and as quickly and as accurately as they can using beams and nuts and bolts.
You guys estimate 150 minutes. You guys actually did it at 32 minutes. And you get paid $1,000 per minute, and we subtracted what you guys actually did from what you guys estimated. You guys saved your company over what? You saved the company $118,000. That's a lot of money.
We first sketched it on paper, and then we put the nuts in it.
Oh, so you guys took the blueprint and sort of sketched it on the table, and then you guys laid everything out, and then you put it together that way with the nuts and bolts? Okay, that was a good strategy.
We're studying the diary of Anne Frank, and I felt that if the kids had their own diary to keep, a diary that they had made themselves, that they would appreciate the experience more, and that they could be active readers because they'll be keeping a journal of Anne Frank's life and of their feelings about that and what they're learning as Anne Frank's life is going along. I wanted them to appreciate the journal. I just didn't want to hand them something, and I also wanted them to have the bookbinding skill, because that's then something that they can really impress a teacher later on by turning in a book report that's bound. Right now we're getting ready for the Civil War, and we're seeing how the expansion of the country dovetailed with the question of will slavery be allowed to expand. So are having the kids draw the maps on their own rather than just coloring in a map that I have done, because I believe that they will learn the contours of the country better if they draw it themselves.
If I were teaching a regular a regular English class, I would probably model it the same way that I did for the ESL class. I think the reason being, even if you're working with a group whose first language is English, they often can't understand instructions, or at least they don't choose to, for an assignment. And so it speeds up the process if you can demonstrate it for the ESL group and the regular English group, because they understand so much more quickly by observing it happening than trying to read it and then figure it out from there. And I think they're also more sure that they understand what's going on rather than if they read it and they're a little bit hazy about it. And it just takes a few minutes to demonstrate.
¿Quién quiere escribir títulos? ¿Títulos? ¿Dorotea? Ok, Dorotea, come on. Pronto, Dorotea. ¿Tú quieres el sí o no? Ok, either it's sí o no, pero no dang. Niño. Ok, si puedes escribir, Martín. ¿Qué vas a escribir? Dime las letras. M-A-R-G-N. Ayudando a Natán. So I can give crédito. Come on, Natán. Escribe más. Who do I give crédito to? Yo. Tía, no. Yo. Ya. Está bien, ok. Muy bien, Natán. Yo sé que no está difícil, Natán. Tú puedes. ¿Verdad que Natán puede? Sí.
We're watching a pair of students who have learned how to scan teach other students how to scan. They are taking their pictures and digitizing them and putting them into the computer so that they may print out their own picture as part of a project in science, social studies, math, and English. The picture is the first step of a representation of themselves where they will show their strengths, their weaknesses, their likes, and their dislikes, and their learning styles. This will help us to form cooperative groups based upon their self-analysis.